Welcome back to Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. And Honey Bunny, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How's everybody?
I am actually very excited.
Are you?
Yeah, we had a super long requested video we just got done doing.
Yep.
And now I know you know this because you were there. You don't. You weren't there, but Ange was. But I'm talking like she wasn't there. And I know she knows she was there.
Oh,
Point
man.
being is not my number one song on my playlist, and sometimes you just do what you got to do. This actually I heard in the car, and so now I get to share it with you, and that's a huge win-win for me, and that's where I think people, they all have their favorites.
Oh, right.
But getting to share something I experienced, enjoy, and then get to go through it again with you, that is like a triple win. So, coming from a reaction that had to happen, and I'm glad it did, to one that I can't wait to push start on.
Right.
It's a big deal, and John is a part of that. So, I really wanted to clarify, because John is just a huge part of our channel, and I wasn't going to kiss up in the other one, and I'm just not going to do that. I don't try to.
If you don't, especially if you don't.
I call it the way I think it is, and
right.
I'll be honest. There's songs where it would be best if I just said,
No.
"You don't want me to do that reaction."
Right.
You don't. As much as you think you do, it's like sometimes you don't want to meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Double-edged sword.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think about it this day. I'm glad I didn't talk to my hero about anything I cared about. I'm glad I just helped him move gear all day. Because it turns out if I would have broken that spell, I would have realized we wouldn't have got along.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that
instead,
interesting?
we both saw eye to eye on labor and got along. It was an incredible day.
Yep.
So it all makes sense.
Just another message we said earlier. Find common ground with people and get along.
And what I really enjoy is all the down-to-earth Ozzy fans and loved ones that we met through John. There's a few you can't appease, but the majority of people have been some of the kindest, wonderful, most giving, great people we've ever met. And just a shout out to all you fans.
Well, especially, and then just to learn, get to know, it's like getting to know a whole country, right, through music.
Yeah.
I mean, they share, their culture, things that go on there, slang terms. We learn about kangaroos. We got Vegemite. Are you kidding? Come on.
Sitting right there now, babies. Yeah, no, I actually learned that as we have the forest ponies or deer seat, right?
Yeah,
you're driving
yeah.
and you might have to be careful of rude jump out and
So that's so funny because if you live in Canada, they have moose.
Moose. Man, that's the worst.
That will mess you up, people.
No, the moose
mess you up.
The moose are big dog. They are. There's some trail footage out there. Just get out of the moose's way.
I mean, when you see that sign of the moose, get out.
But I showed you the creepy kangaroo on the window, right?
Yeah.
Where you wake up in the morning and he's out there just going, let me in.
No.
That's a creepy animal.
You guys, tell us your kangaroo stories. Put them in the comments.
If you have one, because we are really interested. We don't want to make fun of them because I think they're crazy cool.
It's just nuts. It's just
It's awesome.
I want to know more. All right, let's go. We're no angels.
Well,
right?
if we were angels, we would have got to the reaction sooner, but we're not.
We're not.
Fire. Nice. Very sweet. Finger tapping,
Oh,
the
yeah.
good stuff. That's very cool.
Ever alone, isolated, and deep within the soul, and ever optimistic. One day we'll reach this goal, and inner voice keeps pushing, saying we must do our best, while all the time we know that we'll be settling for less. But we're no angels. We're no angels. Well, things are moving faster than we'll ever comprehend. To some it is a comfort, have faith that life don't end. Always hoping for a second chance to fulfill our desires. We go looking for a savior when we fall into the fire. But we're no angels. We're no angels.
Look at that shot.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
see that?
Like a
That was
laser
so
effect.
cool.
It is.
Yeah.
The light, the way that beamed out or whatever it is. It's
Does
very
it look like, yeah.
We're no angels.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm actually stuck. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember where the heck the channel was at when I did this in the car. Really
Where were
interested.
you going?
I think I was coming back from Frederick. Something, maybe Dad's house.
Huh.
But I did this. I was thinking about Jen but I remember. I think I was all really rolling up, spicy about something.
Oh.
And then the second chances, and there was parts in this if I remember.
Oh, because you were listening to the CD in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Well, you'll
we'll
have to
see.
check
It's
it
either
out.
at the end or
There's a card above.
it's maybe right up here. I'm not sure. I don't quote me on this one yet. I have to go watch and see. That's why I was kind of being reserved here and just remembering because
Oh.
I think I covered these bases and like I was telling you this morning, and John is a big part of this too. For real.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that how I personally measure success is a lot different than other people.
Yep.
And inside me is this spot that needs to be fulfilled. And for everybody out there, it's different. And for most of the world, it's a very shiny, object-filled thing. And mine's not. And in no way am I not setting my sights higher. So that's not my point. But I realized today that the friends I made, the quality associations, and what it's actually done to my family and my relationship has been, well, no bit more success. And I don't think we're successful. That's not my point. I need it said now. the things that I needed fulfilled are fulfilled.
Yeah.
I don't have any holes, and the drive is because I like to work and be with you.
I know.
And discover the things I discover through things like John Farnham music
I know.
and Upchurch.
I know.
I hate to do it to you again, but I mean, I tie every other reaction.
Yep.
Sometimes we're going to be talking about Laura Fabian and Slayer, and it don't make no sense. But it's the world I live in. It happens to be the beginning of my day, the end of my day is all full of feelings driven by music, the music's fans, and how it affects me, towards really you.
Well, and all the different connections that we make,
Yeah.
I think, is a big part of it.
Yeah.
You can't buy that.
No, that's my point, because I think we're doing okay in this world. I think we, are shiny packaging away from getting into more people's living rooms every day. The numbers go up, not down.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Before it would ever get anywhere farther. Because at a certain point, you don't remember the beginning no more.
Well, I would hope that you would make an effort to always remember.
Unless they're screaming Sadie from the front row for your whole career, no.
I suppose.
Unless your fans
well,
demand
yeah, I suppose.
you remember.
Yeah.
Wow, we really can tie things together here.
Huh.
But unless someone's constantly reminding you, no.
Right.
You get to grow, and then there's a new artist you want to check out.
Right.
And we kind of did this preview on this song, and it's really a artist who's made it big, reflecting on the feelings of making it big, and this is a complicated scenario, making it big. I'm here, so I'm not gonna stop being big, but it complicated like high heels and on the beach.
It's crazy.
It's all this weird package, and it is. It is. See what I'm saying? See what
Let's
I
go.
mean?
Come
We're going to
on.
go.
We got to finish.
Yeah, well, they needed something better than me just smiling through.
I know, but now we're at Reaction Talk again. Where are we at?
We're
at Rabbit Holes.
Yeah. That's
Your channel.
Rants. You cover it with the
Rants.
nice word talk.
Talk.
I cover it with ranting.
Talk.
And rant.
There you go.
We're no angels.
We're no angels.
We're no angels.
That's right. Look at that. Wow.
Sometimes it works out good.
I know.
Come on and spread your arms like wings on wings. Try to get up high to be a little light. And
He's going.
be like Gabriel. There's an evening dwelling down below. He's darker than us all. Once he was our pretty
That's what I was thinking. Wow.
We're no angels. I never said I was an angel.
Yep. Come on. It's obvious. So, 99% of everyone out there wants us to feel exactly that way when he hits those notes in Bridge Over Troubled Water. It's the nature of the reacting beast.
You think so?
I do. Not to speak out of turn.
Oh.
And then when we
Well, I
don't,
mean,
we get this ton of blowback.
I got.
But then we got a
some of
song
it,
where
but
we
not like
no,
this.
I don't
It's
mean no
different,
disrespect
right?
to
It's
you
just
or
different.
us.
Yeah, I know.
I think
know.
it's a problem with fandom.
Maybe, yes.
and popular culture.
Yeah.
Because look what happens when the moment resonates with you for real.
Right.
The high notes mean something more.
Right.
And maybe our problem is every high note is not equal.
No.
And maybe you have to be a music teacher or a coach
Maybe.
or a consumer of high notes.
Well, it's like not every performance gives you goosebumps, or
Yeah.
right, because there's certain things that happen during certain
That's what
vocal, whatever you call them, right?
inflections
Yes.
or,
To different
you know,
people at different times. This
intonations.
is why. Well, go look it on YouTube. Now they got the most played section of the videos.
Of course, yeah.
Right? So obviously people are seeking out specific
Yeah.
moments for feeling.
I get it. I do. But I thought it's very interesting how there's so much. So here's the thing. The A notes, the A notes, and A notes, and A note, right? He's hitting a high because there's the fan. There's the true super fan who knows which notes are hit where and when, and they make sure you know, right? But without the complete package, you know what? That's why there's some people who like nonfiction and fiction, I think.
Yep.
I don't need the nonfiction work every time.
Yep.
Sometimes I need the poet to bend that A note into a work of art.
To change it, to make it something.
It's still an A note, but I need it described to me in a way
Right.
that resonates like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
Well, there you go.
Because when it's just an A note, it's just an A note.
There you go.
Wow. I was learning something about myself. The whole point of this channel, honestly, is so Rollen can become a more complete human being. Thanks, John Fandom, and everything that you've given me. And, honey, you too. But, I mean, I'll be greedy right now. I'm sucking it up for a second. Because I put a lot of thought into this stuff.
I know.
Because it would be a whole lot easier to just figure out how everyone else does it and BS the camera.
Well, and that's
I
the
don't like
problem.
that.
You can't,
Yeah.
I don't. It's.
I
not
wouldn't.
nice.
John wouldn't respect that, I hope.
Well, we would hope.
I mean,
not.
he's the consummate performer, but from everything I've seen, he was still true to.
Yeah.
He seems like he could have sold out
Many.
more to a corporate image and stuff. He seemed true to a side of humanity that could get brushed under the rug
Yeah.
sometimes, in my personal opinion.
Yep.
That it's in that interview, you know what I mean, when they asked him about his fan base.
Yep.
And man, you can't. Yeah, like I said, we don't ever want to forget the beginning.
No.
Don't help us not forget the
You
beginnings.
don't want to do that.
Because the next stage is probably bigger growth, and
Yeah.
I don't ever want to forget where I came from and who was there next to me as I went there.
I know.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, we'll
let's
wrap
go.
this up and get done. That's right at my time limit. It's weird.
Wow. Every reaction cannot be 20 minutes.
They can in my world.
No. I mean, these are like mini series.
If you add the commercial breaks, you got a half-hour program. Didn't you ever realize that?
I know, but that's a long.
That's how they scheduled it my whole life. I can't help it that young people's TikTok brains make them absorb things in 3-minute sections. I've lived more than 3 minutes worth of story. John's career
7
is
minutes.
worth more than
7 minutes.
damn straight, so it's worth at least 7 minutes of reflection and then some. John's worth it.
Yeah. Choking now. Oh man.
I'm a little full of it.
I'm glad this is going on your channel.
Oh. Man, oh wow, I'm glad I didn't okay, maybe we did start too early and the lounge was too did we ride in the lounge too long today?
I don't know.
If you know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry about that, but if you don't,
wow.
it's not important. Yeah, I was kind of tripping on some of the mushrooms. I get confused about the label with months ago. Yeah, no, that was a cool looking pose. I was imagining like a warrior with a spear. I
That's
think
funny.
I zoned out
Wow.
there somehow. I'm kind of kidding, but I'm not because it was all this moment where I was like, it doesn't
Really
matter.
interesting.
I really enjoy when the reaction can be like we were all hanging out at the pub. The pub. I was
pub.
a pub. I went to a bar and pub. I was like,
Today.
shit.
Well, I don't know.
If we were all hanging out together, I hope it was like a goofball reaction, goofball conversation.
Well,
some guy that
just-
maybe had too many cold ones, and he was like, he's rambling again.
Yeah, but you don't have to drink to do that.
That's my point. In case it feels like it. I had a good time. We're No Angels is a pretty good song.
Yeah, no, this is good. I like it. And I like he just, I don't know. It's like you said. It's a resonating feeling that he projects. And I think that's why he has such a huge fan base because yep, he hits them top notes, boy, and he brings people crazy,
Yeah.
but I think because of who he is as a human,
Yeah.
some of his humor, his characteristics, even some of his flaws, like forgetting lyrics. People are, you don't usually move to the top because you can't remember the words to the song. You know what I'm saying? It's a personality thing, and they forgive him for those things because we all got our, shortcomings, that we struggle with. But yeah,
I agree.
Stage fright, people get stage, all these things.
So
yeah.
there's stars that reach the pinnacle, and they're just shiny stars. And then every now and then, now maybe I'm way off base. So thank goodness I have this to cover me. But every now and then, one of us reaches the top. Is that what you mean? Like just regular person? They get all the way up there. Oh, I understood it the whole time. I just like to have fun.
I know. Love you. All right, guys. We will see you